Bismillah.
Okay, let's start. Berivan, you're number 1 on the list.
Okay. Wait a second. What did just happen? Okay, there we go. Okay, Bismillah. Okay, Bismillah. إن هو أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن هو إلا رجل افترى على الله كذبا وما
A slight tajweed. No, it's like this is pronounced rajulun iftara because
Oh
when
yes, yes, that's true. رجل افترى وما نحن له بمؤمنين. Okay,
على الله كذب.
yes. Okay, إن هو إلا رجل. So هو إلا رجل. He's just a man افترى على الله. Who iftara in Turkish is like a lie. So it's like it's like you make a lie about someone.
Yeah. So iftara is I don't know if it's in Urdu as well. It means like a forgery or like a fabrication.
Yeah, okay.
Like a let me write.
Yeah, it's a fabricated story about someone.
Exactly.
That's how you would say it in Turkey, like the meaning in Turkish.
That's cool. So iftara. And sorry, I keep forgetting to send the notes as well.
No worries.
You guys don't remind me, which makes me think, do you even use these then?
I used the week before's notes for
The what?
I used the lesson before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're helpful to kind of look through again.
Forge. And yeah, alallahi kariba, go ahead.
So it like made a lie about so he's just a man who makes a lie about Allah. He fabricates something about Allah, which is a lie. كذبة is lie. وما نحن له بمؤمنين. And we will not believe him.
Right.
Believe him.
I love that. We won't believe lahu. That's epic. That's good.
And we will not believe him, yes.
Exactly. And like be mu'mineen is believers, right? So we will not be of him believers. Technically speaking.
Yeah, okay. I see.
Okay.
Sorry, here before we move on, can you explain the tajweed rule of why it's iftara?
So the rule is like if you've got a double fatha or a double kasra or a double dhamma, and then the next word has this alif thing, then you add an invisible noon right before the alif, and the noon always has a kasra.
Okay, I was just wondering about the kasra. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Awa.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. قال رب انصرني بما كذبون. He said, "Oh Rabbi, my Lord," or my Rabb, I suppose. Unsurni is it's kind of like the command form, so it's save me. Bima kadabun.
Nasr is help.
What was that?
Help. Nasr is help.
To help, yeah. Help me. Bima kadabun. Sort of because they have lied against me.
Yeah.
Or they're like liars.
Yeah, I think this one's repeated, and this I think it came before, or starting now it will come again and again and again, because all of the messengers said like, "Help me," because they've denied me or belied me. So I don't think there's anything new here that I need to write down, right? Okay, 40. Hiba.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قال عما قليل لا يصبحن نادمين. So قال said عما Okay, so قليلا is a little bit, right?
Yeah.
قليل, little.
It also means soon. Also, amma qalil together it means soon, because the amma implies time after a little bit. Amma.
So after a little bit of time, قليلا. لا يصبحن نادمين. So the noon tells me that there's a plural, something about a plural, and the een at the end is plural as well. Like spoken about a group of people. Yes. Is يصبحن from sabahas?
That's how I always like think of it. And so nadimin is from regret. It's like nadamat, nadimin. And nadimin are people who are regretful. Does anyone know? Do you have anything in Turkish, Berivan? Nidama or something like that. Nidamat.
It sounds familiar, but you know, my Turkish is not that great as well.
And like this always, like, I always think of it as they will reach the morning regretful, as in meaning in the future they're going to be regretful. I'm trying to see if that is actually true, but this is how I've always understood it. Like all the verses that have this. And then the la is the futuristic one. Futuristic la. Yusbihun. Yusbah. Yusbah. Okay, let's look at that. Yusbah.
Because sabahun is morning, right? So
it would make sense if it was like that. Let me look at the other app. This one doesn't really have a word for yusbah. There it is. Okay. Yeah, it says asbah, yusbih. Yeah, I think this is correct. The correct understanding. So yeah, God said, "Amma qalilan la yusbihunna nadimin." That after a little while, amma qalila, they will become regretful. Berivan, your turn.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. فأخذتهم. أخذ. So the fa is so or then. أخذت. آخر. No.
أخذ. You know, خذ from خذ.
خذ.
خذ. يأخذ.
يأخذ. No.
So take. خذ means take.
Okay. So أخذت هم. Something take them, but
something took them or overtook them, or they were took by something. You know, even like took by surprise. So in Arabic, the khud is kind of similar with this take, in that if you're took by surprise, you are taking it, right?
okay, but who took it? That's
you by surprise, or like when God says this took them, it's kind of like him giving that adab or whatever it is to
so it's like we took them kind of.
or they.
Wow.
Okay, let's
Okay.
and then I'll
So okay, so Allah took them or we took them. الصيحة. صيحة. It sounds familiar. صيحة.
It's a loud noise or a loud blast or a cry, loud cry.
Okay, so we took them with a loud blast.
Not we took them. So there's no noon. The alif here.
Yeah, but I don't know. I took them then?
No. The alif here is part of the word. It's the akhada, the root word. So this is something you should keep in mind. That sometimes these prefix, like the letters we are used to seeing as prefixes. Sometimes they're part of the root word. In that case, it's like
tamam.
don't have that meaning anymore. So here
Yeah,
just
yeah.
so فأخذتهم seized them, took them home.
أخذت.
الصيحة.
Okay, so
basically the blast. The blast.
okay,
Let's say the blast.
sorry?
The blast seized them, or the blast.
Okay, so the blast sees them بالحق with the truth. فجعلناهم, then we created غثاء. غثاء. I don't know.
Yeah, what's that we haven't done before? It means like ashes or rubble, or what's left over after destruction,
Yeah.
like rubble and material,
tamam.
and
Yeah. فبعدا للقوم الظالمين. بعد, is it like, it's not بعدا?
it's linked to that.
Oh, okay.
Interesting use of that word.
So after
Hmm.
للقوم الظالمين.
So bad.
For
This is so interesting. Oh, I love this. So this is like a guessing game. I love Arabic. So Fabor is, oh gosh, I want to make you guys guess. Okay, so Bard is after, right?
Mm-hmm.
Barid is
Far.
far. But you see how it's linked, because even though that's distance and that's time, they're both kind of after in distance. If something's Barid, farther away in distance, or it's coming after, So this thing is also really interesting. I keep noticing that like the time and distance is always linked in Arabic. And so for borda now is like, bored is the state of being away. And so this is like away, so away with them. And literally we use this in English. So like they were gotten rid of, like away with them, done with them. Khalas.
Okay, but okay.
So it's such an interesting way. So بعدا للقوم الظالمين.
Okay, so away with the people of transgressors or dhulm,
Yeah.
bad people, wrongdoers.
And it's so interesting because like I don't know how I would explain this in Urdu. Like in Urdu, we don't have an equivalent term where like an away means away,
Yeah.
Or I can't think of it.
In Turkish, you have this like this, so way, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So I'm glad you all speak English. Okay, 42.
Oh, actually, quick question. So on the previous one, جعلنا, doesn't it mean like we made them? Because I think sometimes it sort of means create, but in this case, does it mean like we made them?
Yeah, that's good. I was going to point that out. Thanks for reminding. That جعلناهم, we made them. غثاء. And usually جعل is actually used for made. So خلق is more commonly used as create, and جعل is made. Yeah.
Okay.
42.
Wow. ثم أنشأنا من بعدهم قرونا آخرين. ثم, then أنشأنا, we made or we created or I guess produced. من بعدهم, after them. قرونا is I guess the plural of قرن, so other kind of later generations or like generations after them.
Good job. Okay, Hiba?
ما تسبق من أمة أجلها وما يستأخرون. So ma is negation. تسبق سبق.
Yeah.
I don't know what sabaqa is though.
Okay.
Min. Sorry.
Okay. Try and guess the words, and then I can do it all.
Okay, fine. Min is from. Umma is people or like nation. أجلها. So I know something about speeding something up. Is
Not
that right?
ma tasbih.
So ma would be the negation, but so
Talking about ajal. Ajal means term, like an appointed term.
okay. وما again and not يستأخرون from آخر, so to put something off, to make something later.
Exactly. So this kind of verse in this form, I think, is quite common. You guys will see it a lot. So tasbiqu is from sabaq, and the way to remember it is from sabiqun. You know, sabiqun, the ones who are at the very forefront. Is that it's like the people who are very at the forefront of doing good deeds, etc. So sabaqa, that means something that like comes before or something that precedes something. Make sense?
Mhm.
And then ajal is like an appointed term, and usually it means like an appointed time for punishment. So it's usually about like the older generations, like older so like the nations of Ad and Thamud, etc. They all like God had set an appointed term for them
Oh, in Turkish, sorry?
that they wouldn't believe, and so they would be destroyed.
Yeah.
Were you saying in Turkish there's something?
Yeah, it's ejel. We say like when your time has come, like you have to, like when your death is near, then you say your ejel is near, like the appointed time.
Yeah. So this is used for death as well, and for individuals as well. So ajalahum here then is their time, and then other times in the Quran it would say ajalaha, so that would be like a soul's time, ajalaha, its time, it meaning soul, and it's used in like a feminine matter. And then yastakhirun, that was a pick yastakhirun because it's from ta'akhar, means delaying. And I guess akhir, it's linked to akhir, is it? Oh, because it's like after. So yeah, so it can't come before nor after. So that's a good way of remembering yastakhirun. And look, it's like we don't this ta'akhir and just the form yastakhirun is complicated, but as long as you recognize either ta'akhir or akhir, or you linked it from like tasbiqu, like okay, we know tasbiqu, this one is going to be the opposite, that's neither preceded nor comes after, then the whole verse can make sense even if you understand only a few words. So 40.
Sorry, أجلها, is there something to do with speeding up?
No, ajal is the pointed term.
Is there another word in Arabic that you know that's related to speeding up? Because that was what I thought of.
I think this one, ajal. This is speeding up or speed. Ajal.
Okay, that would be why. Thanks.
Awa.
Sure. ثم أرسلنا. Was that?
You always get the long ones.
Wait, actually, was it my turn or was it Berivan? But that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
think
you
it was
want
my
to
turn,
get
actually.
I was like, am I skipping you?
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Unless you guys want to swap. No, Berivan, you can do this.
Okay.
Look at the second and third. It's easy. Come on.
I can do this. Bismillah. Okay. ثم أرسلنا, then we send down or send رسولنا, our Rasul, تترى.
That's okay.
ترى. No. Okay, I'm just gonna question.
Yeah, just
كلما جاء أمة رسولها كذبون. Okay, wait. كل, every, like كله. كله is like everything or much or something, right? ما جاء come, what come, أمة رسولها. Is this something like كذبون? So all of the Rasuls who came to this nation or something like that, is it something like that? I don't know.
You didn't finish the sentence. But
They like, so when okay, so they deny the messengers that it has been sent to them.
yeah, so basically the
Oh, really? Okay.
wait, sort of. So, kulla ma jaa is like every time there came. Kulla,
كل
as you said, like all, like whole, all, and then ma is what? But in this, the ma implies time. Kulla ma jaa, every time, you know,
Oh,
ummatun
tamam.
rasuluha that came to a nation, it's rasuluha, its messenger, كذبوا, they denied them.
Okay, tamam. فأتبعنا بعضهم بعضا وجعلناهم أحاديث. Okay. فأتبعنا. So we أتبع بعث? No. So something we بعضهم after them.
No,
بعض.
this is not ba'ad. It's ba'ad with a the.
بعض.
Yeah.
Is this something with resurrection? No. بعض.
So
I don't know.
ba'ad means kind of like alongside, or one another, or like each other, one another, that kind of like alongside rather than after, before.
Okay.
It
So
also
after,
means
before,
um,
like one after the, so
I
it
don't know
means
why it's translated as one after the other, because it's like it means one another, and ba'dahum ba'dah, ba'dahum ba'dah. Let me look at
so
that.
it means one after the
Oh.
بعضهم بعضا وجعلناهم, and then we made them
Hmm.
أحاديث.
Okay.
Hadith,
Yeah.
an episode.
Hadith is a narration,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
right? So, like the hadith of the prophets,
Yeah, exactly.
it means the narrations or like stories. So we made them,
Yes.
you know, like examples.
Example, yes. فبعدا away لقوم لا يؤمنون. So away with لقوم لا يؤمنون. With the belief, no, that آمنة.
لا يؤمنون. So بعد.
لا يؤمنون. Okay, those who don't believe.
Exactly. So
Okay.
away with the nation that doesn't believe. لا يؤمنون, the one.
Yeah.
So Ketra here was, even though I don't think you have to remember this word, it just means succession. So it's like we sent more of our rasuls. So I think like even without this, you can still understand, because it's like then we sent our messengers, and then also like every time كلما جاء أمة رسولها كذبوا. So like this thing can be implied. That they just came, and then from here as well, بعضهم بعضا, like one after another. Oh, أتبعنا. Did you
Yeah.
did you get this?
No.
No.
Wait. We have this word, right?
I don't know if we had it here. أتبعنا. So it's like from تبع which we are familiar with another form of this, which is tabi'in. What are the tabi'in?
Those who followed, or is it like, I don't know what generation they were, but like taba'a is like to follow or followed.
So the tabi'in were like the following generations, right? So taba'a then means follow, and then atba'na means we cause to follow. And then basically فَأَتْبَعْنَا بَعْضَهُمْ بَعْضًا, as in like no, what have I done? Why is this we made? Oh, okay, yeah, it is follow, yeah, thank God. So they followed in destruction, but it's implied. The destruction is implied. There's no word used here for we destroyed them. It's just like we followed them, بعضهم بعضا, and there's no word for destruction, but that's what it means.
So can you write down so ba'dahum ba'da means what?
One after another. Barla,
Okay.
barla. It's a phrase. One another. Also can mean like one another, alongside one another. I think in other places it's kind of like that. But you'll come across it. And then وَجَعَلْنَاهُمْ أَحَادِيث, from narrations and stories and examples. So a lot of these words, again, it's like they mean so many different things. It's always contextual as to what it means. And then فَبُعْدًا لِقَوْمٍ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Our your term.
Okay. ثم أرسلنا موسى وأخاه هارون بآياتنا وسلطان مبين. So then we sent Musa and his brother Harun with our ayat, our signs. Sultan is like and clear authority, or like, yeah.
Yeah, so sultan is like an authority or proof. So in other times in the Quran, it's referred to as like a solid proof from God, like sultan. And then mubin is. Are people familiar with this already? Mubin meaning clear, and then also like the linked one, ayatin bayinat, clear signs. It's the same as mubin, bayinat. Make sense? We can do this one more. Hiba?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إلى فرعون وملائه فاستكبروا وكانوا قوما عالين. Ila is like two. فرعون is Pharaoh. وملائي Mala'a is like chief. So is Mala'i the plural?
Yeah, mala'i.
He and then his chiefs. فاستكبروا. So fa is so sa is futuring from kibr, I'm assuming. Kibr is pride. فاستكبروا وكانوا and they were like past قوما people عالين. I don't think I know what عالين is, but in would be plural.
You'll be able to guess, I think, because you've definitely come across variations of it. So fastakbaru, as you said, is like from kibr, and that's pride. And it's really cool that now you're like seeing, because fastakbaru is such a long and complicated tense, but to pick out like kibr from that is good. Fastakbaru, and then alin is from a'la, which is most high, right? Sabbih is a'la. So people who are alin, they're arrogant and they think of themselves as much superior.
Okay.
So alin, they were a qawman alin. They were like, superior. I guess it could also mean like oppressive Let me double check. No, it says they were haughty people, and yeah, so they fastakbaru, they had like pride, and then they also had they were haughty. So I don't know why they've translated that as tyrannical, but the other translations is mostly translated as self-exalting or haughty. H-A-U-G-H-T-R. Okay, so we'll stop here then.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
So with the kibr, what about when you say Allahu Akbar?
Kibr, yeah.
Oh, it's the same?
Akbar meaning great, and then kibr is like in the negative sense of someone who thinks they're so great. Like that's where arrogant.
Tamam.
So they're linked.
Yeah, okay.
Interesting, like both of these are Allah, like we describe Allah with them, meaning like people aren't supposed to think of themselves as so like Kabir and Arla and stuff, right? That belongs to God. Cool.
Can I ask something as well? So fastakbaru, a few lessons ago we said that when there's a waw and an alif at the end, that's a order. But that doesn't apply here, right?
Here, because it can also mean like a plural state, but also I think from like the sin and the ta, istakbaru is just the whole form of it is that they were.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. No worries. Okay. Thank God I recorded this. All right. Salam, everyone. See you.
Thank you.
See you on Wednesday, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Alaikum.
Bye.